The Italian Dolomites are known for jaw-dropping views over snowy peaks and ice blue lakes, and just the perfect place for adventurers and outdoor enthusiasts. In today's video we will share our favorite hikes and activities you just cannot miss on your trip. Buongiorno guys! I'm Julia.
I'm Sven and this is Felix, aka Felice in Italiano.
And we love nothing more than traveling the world together. Sometimes we travel in our vintage Van Daisy, sometimes in our red rocket. Sometimes we go camping, sometimes we stay in luxury hotels. We always mix it up. But one thing is always the same. We love to share our most favorite tips with you, and this is exactly what we will do today.
Let's jump straight into the video with the basic facts about the Dolomites. So the Dolomites is a mountain range in northern Italy, and it is famous for its beautiful sceneries, like for example the Three Peaks or the famous Lago di Brai. Next up is how to get to this beautiful region. So you can take a plane to any airport nearby. So the biggest cities, the biggest airports are Milan, Venice, Verona, Bolzano, Innsbruck in Austria, or Munich in Germany, and from there you can take a rental car to get to the region, which you should probably do anyways, because the most beautiful scenes, the most beautiful locations are accessible only by road, so it is best to get a car to drive around in this region. If we had to choose one of these airports, we will probably go for Venice or Milan, so you can also extend your trip by exploring these beautiful cities. They have so much to offer as well.
And if you have a rental or go in your own car, it's also great to make a big road trip out of it and visit some nearby places or countries.
For traveling by train, it's basically the same, so you can go around the region and travel to any train station nearby. All those smaller villages also have accesses to trains, but again, you will need a car if you want to access the national parks or the most beautiful spots. We took our own car with our dog Felix. It's just the most convenient way to travel, and we also made a bigger road trip out of this trip. How to get around? Let's get that out of the way really quick. I already said it, you need a car to get to the most beautiful spots.
Yeah, but be prepared for very high parking fees. Also, if you want to go for a hike, for example, to start the hike to the Three Peaks, I think you have to pay like 35 euros just to enter the parking lot.
Or you can park downhill somewhere, which is a bit cheaper or even free, but by that you would probably extend the trip to the double length, so...
Even more, I think for us it was like...
It was very exhausting.
Yeah, we hiked for 12 hours up and down, because the higher parking lot was still closed in May when we were there. I think they open in June or something, because there's sometimes snow during that time of the year. We would have parked there, but we just couldn't. Next up is what to do in the Dolomites. The most famous spot that you've probably seen many times already is Lago di Brai, Praxavilsee in German, which is a very picturesque lake with mountains in the background. It's super beautiful, but also very crowded because it's accessible by car and big buses.
And so, there's a huge parking lot, right?
Yeah, there's a huge parking lot which is also not free, but they also have some public toilets, and yeah, there are just so many people. So if you want to really enjoy this place, go late in the afternoon / evening or early in the morning. You can also rent a boat, but only during the day. I think they open pretty late, around 11 or something like that. It's super expensive. You pay more than 30 euros for half an hour, I think, but it's so worth it. It's just so nice. He hates going by boat, going by pedal boat or whatever.
Yeah, because I always have to do the work, you know. It's always the same.
Yeah, but Felix and I, we just love it, right?
The second most famous spot in the Dolomites is Tre Cime di Lavaredo, or the Three Peaks, and there is also a very beautiful cave which kind of makes like a little frame for the Three Peaks, but it takes some hours, it takes some time to get to that cave, which is what we did in May, and there was still so much snow. It was very exhausting, but again it was very worth it. The cave is located at the Dreizinnenhütte, which is a house, just a refuge house. If you want to access the Three Peaks by car, you can access the parking spot at Rifugio Auronzo, so this is the one that is closest to the Three Peaks and also to the cave. Like we already said, it wasn't possible for us during May, So we had to park downhill in Misurina, which is very far away.
Yeah, if you drive up, you have to walk like, I think, 10 kilometers less or something like that. And to get from the higher parking lot to the three peaks, it's not far. It's like less than half an hour. You can also walk around, which is a nice round tour, but definitely plan a whole day to reach this special cave. It takes some time. Another beautiful place is Alp Dzi. I just love it so much. They have some strict rules, so you can't really go up with your own car, except if you have a hotel booked up there in the area, but there are not many. You can also just take a cable car. There are different stations. I think the most beautiful one is the one from St. Ulrich. So if you drive up there, you have the nice views immediately. And from there you can also go to the restaurant Malga Sanon, which has a nice swing, and they also have like a shaped heart within some wood. It's very nice.
Next up is Lago di Sorapis. It is a stunning lake on top of a hill with I don't know, like so blue water. It looks fake. It's real.
We've never seen such a blue lake before.
Yeah, it looks like Powerade. It's kind of dangerous, but it is all natural. If you want to get there, you can park just along the street, or if it is already full, you also can park your car at the B&B Passo Tre Croci Cortina. But if you do that, you should probably go inside and ask them if it's okay to park your car at their hotel.
At least that's what we did, and they were super friendly. The hike itself is not that hard, I would say. If you go during summer, you definitely have to follow the signs. Goodbye, Felix. He's doing this in every video. It's already his tradition to leave us at some point. Yeah, but we saw some kids climbing up, but it's not that kid-friendly, I would say. I think it's too hard for
So there are some parts that go very steep downhill.
Yeah, and there's no fence, so you can just fall down if you don't watch out.
But Felix also managed to climb up and downhill again. So if you're careful, you will definitely
manage
be
to
fine,
do this,
yeah.
yes. By the way, it's not allowed to swim in the lake, unfortunately, but just looking at it is already worth it to go there.
Val di Funes is also a very beautiful spot. It is a picturesque valley, so like the scenery you imagine when you think of the Dolomites probably, or like the Alps themselves.
And I think it's also the picture that you see on Wikipedia when you Google the Dolomites. To get this picture, this perfect view, you can just go to the church Santa Maddalena, and from there just walk a little bit and then you will reach a bench, and from there you can see it. Last but not least is Zeceda. I think not the most popular spot to visit, but in our opinion definitely the most stunning place to go.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you have to take a cable car up. You can't really walk. We wanted to do this because the cable car was still closed. I think they open up in June. But it was like 12 hours up, and then you are up there. You have to sleep there in a tent and then go down the next day. If you're crazy, you can do this. But the cable car ride takes like 20 minutes and then you are up. The moment you exit the cable car station, you will already see this crazy view. It looks so insane. Make sure that the weather is great. This is very important because otherwise you will only see fog, and it's just so beautiful. It looks unreal. By the way, before I forget, all of the cable cars require your dog to wear a muzzle. It's in Italy, so they don't check. But better bring one so you are safe. We always had it in our hands, but never put it on him, and no one cared.
So where to stay in that region? We always did van life and it worked perfectly. There are so many nice spots, and we will put our favorite ones in the description of this video.
Next up is when to go. If you want to go on all the beautiful hikes that we've just recommended, you have to go between early to late summer, because most of the hikes are on higher altitudes, which makes them inaccessible in winter. You will not see the signs, and it's also very dangerous for you to get lost, so definitely don't go if it's not safe. We wanted to go on one hike to Lago di Sorapis. I think it was early May, and we met some professional hikers and they were like, don't go, it's too dangerous. We also had to turn around, so always make sure to be safe. Also, as I said earlier, most of the cable cars won't operate anyways during spring or autumn, but I think it's also great to visit, for example, Alp Dzi in winter time. It's a great ski destination, at least I heard that. Haven't tried it, but it would be nice. There is a very nice hotel with a pool that I've always wanted to stay at. For the last part, we need the special guests. Ready? Come here! There he is again!
Hi! Hi!
Our VIP guest!
So are the Dolomites dog friendly? And we can clearly say yes, they are. Everything works perfectly with the dog. Just like we said, bring your muzzle for the cable cars, but for the rest of it, it is amazing, especially for outdoor loving dogs like Felix.
Okay guys, and with that, this video is coming to an end. Right now we are actually, when you are seeing this, on vacation! In, of course, Italy. Where else should we be? In our favorite country. We will not work during that time, that's why we pre-filmed a few videos, so we can still upload something for you. And if you don't want to miss our future uploads, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video if it was helpful for you, and yeah, we hope you will have an amazing trip and enjoy summer as much as possible. See you next week!
Ciao, ciao!
Bye bye.